4-star prospect, Bryce Wright, is down to his final 4 schools. All right, y'all, so his final 4 here includes Miami, Texas, Clemson, and Texas A&M. Now, I got a chance to see him. Y'all go on my channel at Najee Wilk. I had to get some pictures and photos of him and also some video. And the kid is a stud. Now, I got the chance to see him back at UA camp in Atlanta back in February, and he dominated the camp, y'all. I'm talking about he was cooking people. This kid is a stud. Now, he's been starting for the Buford program, a widely known powerhouse. They're going to be on ESPN to start the season, going up against Milton. He been starting on that team since a sophomore year, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's how good this kid is. Really good talent, really good at rushing the passer. He can contain, do a whole bunch of different things, man. So really getting a stud prospect. Now, y'all, if I had to say, I do think this is a race between Clemson and I feel like Miami. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like Clemson kind of has the lock here. You know what I'm saying? Currently, they just had him for OV, went pretty well. That feels like the lock to me. And Clemson puts together another outstanding class. They already landed Max Brown, who we talked about. You add a Bryce Wright into this 2026 class. Brown's a 2027. And then also add in potentially, not saying it will happen, y'all, but I could see it, a Tyler Atkinson potentially too in this class to go along with your stud wide receivers you already got. That's pretty interesting to say the least, especially when we talk about this kid here, man. So I can't wait to see where he goes, man. But that is his top 4. Yeah, man. So right now, my Hurricanes, who are in contention to land Bryce Wright, have some work to do. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing is we host them this upcoming weekend. We're going to have to knock it out of the park to potentially land Bryce Wright. Not going to be easy, but it is very doable, man. So that's going to be interesting to see. Then he's going to go, obviously, to Texas and Texas A&M, man. But we got to nail this OV if we want a chance to potentially flip him. All right, and a little bit about him, basically off of Andrew Ivins, who's the director of scouting for 247 Sports. He said he's a quick twitch, pocket pusher with impressive get-off and body control that has created negative plays since he was a freshman in the Peach State. Lacks the ideal mass and measurables, but makes up for it with his mobility and energy. Excellent snap anticipation tends to give him an advantage, while lively hands allow him to maneuver his way into the backfield. That is a little bit about him in terms of just his profile from Andrew Ivins of 247 Sports. Other notables for him, he participated in track and field, ended up posting a 41.9, obviously in the shot put. Also participated in the Navy All-American Bowl, credited with 2 pressures and 2 tackles for loss. His junior season, which was one of his better seasons, I think, humbly, 57 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 17 quarterback hurries, and 9 sacks. So as you guys can see, did his thing and led his team to the semifinals. And like I said, you get a chance to see him up close and personal on ESPN against Milton. But he also has gotten a bump up in his ranking. Now, start this video, I said a 4-star, because as you guys can see, he's a 4-star composite. But in the latest rankings update, 247 obviously donned him a 5-star, the number 2 defensive lineman and number 5 player in Georgia. So obviously they're very high on him and what he can do. But we're going to see, man. My Hurricanes got work to do, but this is a solid top 4 in my opinion, especially for a defensive lineman. You see what Texas has been able to produce. You see what Clemson has been able to produce over the last few years. Texas A&M is getting into that conversation now, more recently with Shamar Stewart, Nick Scorton, and others. So really good, solid 4. We'll see where he lands. Official commitment date is July 4th. So it'll be a very busy day for a lot of recruits and a lot of families, man. But can't wait to see where he lands.